Today we are presenting our brand new project. It is called Analysis of Factors that Lead to Obesity Among Brazilian Women. This project tries to understand with more clarity the behavior of a significant sample of the female Brazilian population that is in obesity conditions. The levels of obesity determined by Sistema de Vigilância Alimentar e Nutricional were used as a way of comparing the population. In addition, each analysis has been done separately, according to the region in which the women were registered, achieving a regional view of each point of interest. Our goal at first is to provide meaningful information about the background and influences of the occurrence of obesity among Brazilian women in order to understand the relationship between its levels, socioeconomic factors, and anthropometry data registered to a database provided by Fiocruz. To determine the relations in each region, our studio was used to elaborate histograms and scatter plots, statistical tools that show the behavior of a population in a visual form. The affinity between variables is drawn by the Pearson correlation coefficient, a good alternative to observe how well related they are. A positive, close to 1, coefficient tells us that the value of one variable tends to increase when another one does so. Our analytical results are the following. The relationship between income and obesity was generated comparing the women body mass index and food expenditure. There was an increase in the occurrence of obesity between 0 and 200 reais and a decrease in respect to higher expenses. The height of the women under study was also compared to their BMI using a scatter plot. It was possible to understand that the variables are not linearly correlated, but a significant number of women within the obesity spectrum also have short stature, mainly in the north over 27% and the northeast over 34%. Those individuals' ages range from 25 to 40, even though some variations occurred. When it comes to the level of education, we see that practically all women with a BMI bigger than 30 attended to at least elementary school, numbers 4 and 5 on the graph. Many of them also completed high school, number 8 on the graph. One interesting observation is the significant number of women who did not attend to any level of education and are morbidly obese in the southeast, as number 15 suggests. The majority of the study population has only one child, but the number of children did not present a strong correlation with the BMI variation. And last but not least, the role of women in their families. Most of the obese female population, close to the total, identifies itself as head of the family and responsible for its unity. Here we have Northeast graph to illustrate. In our analysis, it was possible to observe that the number of women with type 1 obesity prevailed over those who have more severe conditions. All the knowledge acquired by the group in relation to statistical and descriptive analysis were essential for the accomplishment of this body of work. It was observed that the variables adopted for the comparison in general do not have significant linear relations between them. This is proven by calculating the Pearson correlation coefficient, which tends to vary but not comes close to 1. That concludes our presentation. Thank you all for your time and have a nice week.